So when you done taking on false idols and worshiping man, you know what I'm saying? And you done with the identity politics, right? As far as you still want to claim that you from the 12 tribes, whatever book in the Bible, or you whenever you done claiming you're a Moor, a Hebrew, Pan Africanist, then we can start working on court cases and start making a change in our life, in our lifetime, right now. You know what I'm saying? And in the near future, we could work on things immediately when we stop playing these fucking games. So this is a court case. This is one of many court cases. Well, not many, one of few. Because if we could talk about these court cases and get everybody else to talk about it and shed light on it, we could then make a change and see a change in this lifetime, right? So, with that being said, let's get into it. We're just gonna start right here where it says why Johnson versus McIntosh 1823 is constitutionally suspect. The year 1823 is important because this happens after the Constitution, years after the Constitution, right? So if the Constitution is the supreme law of the land, why are judges and lawyers or judges and attorneys uh, violating the Constitution, right? Why are they violating the rights of Indians when Indians are a business partner in the Constitution and the forming of the Constitution of the United States, right? Okay, so we're going to read under. The case created the doctrine of discovery. Once again, this case created the doctrine of discovery, not religion. That's what a lot of these people, these communists and socialists amongst you guys, right, who participate in the Bible talk, they are telling you that it was religion that created the doctrine of discovery, which is false. It was a court case. Now you see how these are barriers that they're putting in front of you from getting to handle business. They're keeping you from handling business to getting straight to it. This is why I always told you guys 10 years ago, identify and unify. Identify with like-minded people and unify. Okay, you're a Indian, you from a tribe, you have proof, get with others that's like-minded, right? Identify and unify. Excuse me. Let's continue. It says native nations have only a right of occupancy. That's false. And you know how I feel about the term native nations, right? Then it says the U.S. inherited from Britain. Once again, the U.S. inherited from Britain. Britain passed it down to the U.S. So whatever laws and treaties that was with the British and Indians, right? Because Britain was here first. Britain was never over across the seas first. No, Britain was here first in the Americas. So the deal the Indians had with Britain carries on. But then, like I said, let's reread it. The U.S. inherited from Britain holds ultimate title. Right? Then underneath, tribes cannot sell land except to the federal government. None of this appears anywhere in the Constitution. So everything I listed, it don't appear in the Constitution. You know why? Because like I told you guys, Article 1, Section 8, Clause 3, Indians regulate commerce with Congress. So this is a lie. All three bullet points are a lie, right? But this is why they want us confused. They don't want us to get to the meat and potatoes because nigga, we gonna eat. We gonna feast. It's gonna be a feast because there are communists and socialists who are dark skinned, who are light skinned. Like they are violating our constitutional rights. They are violating the contract. So the system is not the problem. It's the people in the system. If that makes sense. It's the people in government seats. This is why I try to tell you guys, we need to get in government seats. For those of us who have the mental capacity to help our people in these type of ways, we need to get in these seats. because these people are violating the Constitution, and it does not help that a lot of our people are in so many different ideologies that they're so far gone. It don't help our cause, right? But let's continue. We're right here. We're at number one. The Constitution recognized tribes as sovereign. Once again, Article 1, Section 8, Clause 3. I gave y'all the game for years. When you stop thinking this is Northwest Mexum, and stop thinking this is America is really Israel or really Judah or whatever. When you stop thinking like that and really deal with real life, deal with real life. They're saying that, yeah, this is Turtle Island. This is not dealing with real life. You're not dealing with real life. You got people that got you off track. Get on track. Deal with what's real. So let's read this again. Article 1, Section 8, Clause 3. Congress regulates commerce with Indian tribes. Not only are you the landowner, you are the business partner. You are the creator. Equals between sovereigns. You are Indian is the term Indian not only mean business, not just business partner, but the term Indian don't just mean landowner. It's more than just a landowner. You're a business partner, you're a sovereign, you're a descendant. You are the descendants of these people. So what does it make you? If you're the descendant of an Indian, what does that make you? We're right here. Not over, not against, not limiting, right? So Congress is not to be over Indians, not against Indians, not limiting. You are the business partner that they're trying to cut out the deal. It's been happening over 100 years. Ain't no such thing as no fucking matriarch either. Get that shit out your mind. Women did not run things. Women helped within the families, just like, it's not about matriarch and patriarch. We work as a unit, as a family. Once again, we worked as a family. This ain't no matriarch, patriarch. This is blood ties. This is lineage. This is family ties. Let's go to number 2. We're right here, number 2. Article 6 makes treaties supreme law. I also gave y'all Article 6 of the Constitution for years. Treaties with tribes are equal to the Constitution. Treaties with tribes are equal to the Constitution. Now, my only thing is we have to look into these treaties in the 1800s, because these treaties in the 1800s, not before the Constitution, there's a big difference. The treaties with the tribes in the 1800s, a lot of them are in violation of the Constitution. Because remember, it goes back to this. Look at the screen. I'm highlighting it. It goes back to this right here. Congress is to regulate what the Indian tribes, with means between sovereigns. Not over the tribes, not against the tribes, not limiting the tribes. And that's what they've been doing. We're right here. Johnson and McIntosh, right? Johnson versus McIntosh contradicts dozens of treaties that explicitly recognize tribal ownership, tribal jurisdiction, tribal political independence. This is why MLK and them was marching. Why you think they was marching for the Civil Rights Act of 1968? Now you see what I've been saying for years, how MLK and all them other niggas, they sellouts. They are sellouts. We have tribal political independence because Indian is a political status. If you read the Civil Rights Act of 1968, MLK and them niggas, in the first paragraph, it says Indians are subject to the United States. What? Subject to? How are Indians subject to when we a business partner? But once again, it goes back to them putting African American on you, them putting black on you, them putting Negro, and then they have celebrities. Then they have these fake lawyers telling you this is what you are to keep you from being on course, nigga. They're trying to derail you. We're at number 3. Hey, everything that I'm listing right now, I've been talking about for years, right? But it's time to get serious. Stop playing games about your current situation and your future and your kids' future. The case relies on European colonial ideology. Once again, this court case Johnson versus McIntosh. I'm about to read the whole thing. Johnson versus McIntosh relies on European colonial ideology. But see, in the First Amendment, right? It says no form of religion shall be respected, or should no law respect religion, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me on that. So how are the courts recognizing European colonial ideology when it goes against the Constitution, the First Amendment of the Constitution? Look it up if you don't believe me. Look up what religion is. Religion is not, like I share with y'all, religion just don't mean supernatural God type shit. It means, superior beings. Once again. So let's read up under this. It says Marshall's opinion is based on British royal proclamations, European discovery doctrine, colonial conquest theory. That shit is foreign to the Americans. It's foreign to the Constitution. It's foreign. If the Constitution is the supreme law of the land, that shit is foreign. We have to get cases like this overturned. We have to talk about shit like this. This is what matters. If we want restoration and reparations, reparations for money, restorations for identity and land. If we want to make shit happen, nigga, let's talk about this. Let's share the information. Let's get it out there. We already read that. Where we at? We at number 4. The court admitted the tribes are sovereign. Marshall acknowledged tribes were fierce and warlike nations. In the court case, they're talking about how we were as a people. So they're using music. They're using TV to influence our women to be hoes. They are influencing our men to be homosexuals and serial killers. They're taking your natural instincts that was using in a good, positive light. Now you're using it for negative. You're not balanced. Once again, we're right here. The Marshall, right? Marshall, which is the judge, acknowledged tribes were fierce and warlike nations. You were already warriors, capable of maintaining themselves. Yet he still denied their land rights based on European conquest, not constitutional authority. These people, I'm telling you, we got communists in government. You have communists amongst you. Anybody that's taking on feminism, that's taking on socialism, that's taking on Pan-Africanism, that's taking on all these ideologies, that's a part of the European shit. What you think the Moorish shit is? That shit ain't ancient. We're right here now. Constitutional contradiction. The Constitution says tribes are sovereign nations. Treaties are supreme law. Congress deals with tribes as equals. You have as much power as Congress, if not more. And honestly, you have more power than Congress. You have more power than Congress. This is why everybody don't want you to be the Indian of this land. Because you are the landowner. You are the landlord. You are. And you supposed to know about everything that Congress is doing, because you are part business owner, part creator. Come on now. We're right here. Johnson versus McIntosh says tribes cannot own land. Tribes cannot sell land. Tribes only occupy land. The U.S. inherited ownership from Britain. These positions cannot both be true. Once again, these positions cannot both be true. You can't go. They went against the Indian in the Constitution, while at the same time, as a business partner, they want to suppress you as a business partner so they could do whatever they want to do. That shit has to end, dude. It gotta end. It gotta end. Anyways, this video is like 14 minutes long. I want you guys to look more into the court case. I'm gonna sum it up with here. Why scholars call Johnson versus McIntosh unconstitutional. These are things I want you guys to look into. Anyways, on to the next court case.